Thanks to Aleem. Right, let's move on to this story. Conservationists, they're celebrating a decision today to give giraffes enhanced protection against being killed or sold for their meat or indeed for their body parts. The Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, they acted against what's been called a silent extinction, with giraffe numbers falling more than 40% in the past 3 decades in Africa. In fact, there are only about 111,000 left in the wild, far fewer than African elephants. Of elephants, there are about over 400,000. Now, the decision, it was supported by countries across Africa, Senegal, Niger, Kenya. They've actually seen some of the steepest falls, although there were some countries that were in southern Africa where giraffe numbers held up, like Botswana, South Africa, and they were resisting this move of regulation. Navin Singh Khadka, he's from the BBC World Service, and told me more.
So see, these are quiet animals. So fitting terminology there, silent extinction. So over the past 30 years or so, around 40% population decline. There are 9 service species of giraffes. And out of them, few were already listed as endangered. For example, in Kenya and Tanzania. So that's why scientists or say conservationists are worried that if this trend continues, then soon, and also the fact that IUCN, the global conservation organization, listed giraffe as general as vulnerable a few years ago. So, you know, you've got all these happening, and therefore it's called some kind of silent extinction.
Silent extinction. But with this new regulation, what will happen now?
So what they're saying basically is, so this is about tracing and tracking trade. So I was surprised, for instance, to know that even in Europe, for example, people go out to buy, and their pillows and sofas, the clothes used, the hides, is from giraffe. And that demand has kind of had an impact on these animals. And as a result, this international convention that kind of regulates the trade, particularly focuses illegal trade of endangered species. So they're trying to regulate and find out, collect those data, and then see where is it going. The giraffe parts, bones, hides, and even meat. And that will be used to track the trade and make sure that it's regulated and it's sustainable.
I understand. With this regulation, yes, there were certain countries that were very much in favour of it, but some southern African countries were somewhat opposed. Why was that?
So this is like, some of the rangelands, out of this 19 rangeland countries, different countries have different scenarios. And what happens is often some countries have other agendas. And then also they talk about, for instance, their revenue in terms of, say, what they call sustained hunting or trophy hunting and so on and so forth. But then in this case, 6 countries, especially in the central part of Africa, they got together, and they were also supported by most of the range countries. So they all agreed that this is indeed going to be a serious problem if we do not address it now.
Thanks very much to Navin bringing us up to date with that story. Right.